special last night, Amina. Game of the year, potentially. Michael Wilbon is here on SportsCenter this morning. Set to join us after we enjoy that game. One masterpiece one more time. Hanging in the Louvre.
Oh, hanging in the Louvre, we will, but let's show you how it went down last night. SGA gets his second straight MVP trophy pregame. No De'Aaron Fox in this one. Fourth quarter, under 20 seconds to go. Wemby, turnaround jumper. That's good. Spurs take the lead by 2. Next Thunder possession. Trying to figure out what's going to happen here. SGA drives, lays it in right off the glass. Thunder tie the game up at 101 apiece. Wemby sitting there on the bench trying to figure it out. Wemby shot right here. Blocked by Chet Holmgren, and plenty of blood between these two. Holmgren with the clutch block on Wemby, and now we're heading in to OT. They're like, get the camera out of here. It's business time in OT.
They know they're in trouble when that.
Yeah, exactly. It's no fun and games, no TikToks. Ball Mamba drains a corner 3 right there. Thunder down by 1. Next Spurs possession. Spurs with a turnover. Thunder in transition. Jaylen Williams taking it coast to coast, throws it down on the other end. Thunder now up by 1. About a minute to go. SGA drives over Wemby, throws it down.
Okay, SGA.
That man is 7'4". I don't know how you did that. Wemby pulls up, says I'm about to get my leg back. A 3 from all the way outside. What a shot by Wemby, just absolutely unbelievable. And now we're heading into double OT, tied at 108 apiece. So under 4 minutes to play. Second OT tied up at 108. Wemby again, going to work, drives, throws it down. Spurs now up by 2. 2 minutes to play in double OT. The young man, Dylan Harper, going to work, drives, gets a tough layup to go. Spurs now up by 3. Wemby, again, because we cannot see enough of him in this highlight because he was doing it all. Rises up in the N1 poster, says, Chet, I got one for you. We're going to go back and forth all night long, buddy.
Chet.
Exactly. Wemby again. Throwing down the alley-oop slam right there. And then Jaylen Williams drives to the basket, met at the rim by Wemby. And Wemby just posed it for the bench. Says, look what I did. Spurs go on to win game 1. And Wemby, what did we just watch?
Physically, I'm feeling tired, honestly, but not as much as you would expect, honestly. It's probably the adrenaline. It's going to come down a little bit. I'm probably going to sleep pretty well tonight.
It's a pretty natural response for a competitor to see another competitor get something that he wants, you know, whether it's the MVP trophy or whatever it might be. I'm just curious if that was in your mind at all, knowing that Shea had got that award and you were in the top 3 for it. And, you know, did any part of tonight feel personal? Some of your facial expressions kind of look like you were really, really going for it.
Yeah, for sure. Everything you just said.
The NBA analyst Michael Wilbon joins us live now here on SportsCenter. And Michael, you've covered this league for a very long time now. Wemby last night, 41 points, 24 rebounds, and 3 blocks. How would you put into perspective what we all watched last night on the floor?
I mean, it was historic. I mean, did you see the way Wemby's teammates were looking at him late in that game? That was late in the overtime, and I remember that. I remember his teammates looking at him because they were in awe. I mean, so many times, you know, teammates will say, oh, I see this in practice every day, so no, I'm not. No. They were in awe, so you know that Oklahoma City was in awe because they were on the wrong end of this. And yes, you're right. I've been covering the NBA playoffs for a very long time. Just means I'm old. But yes, it means sitting at courtside for 45 years of performances. And this ranks with the best of them. It ranks with things that we've seen from Shaquille O'Neal, who had 24 rebounds in a game once in his playoff career. Things that Akeem Olajuwon did. I don't have to just confine it to big men. I mentioned those guys first. Things that Kareem did. But also things we've seen from Kobe. And yes, Michael Jordan and Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. This is up there in the way he dominated the game with LeBron. It was both ends of the court, and there was genius written all over the performance. There was fire and rage in the performance. It was art. It was that level of basketball, and it was game 1. Now, I don't know what's going to happen when you only get 48 hours of rest to come back from this. And I don't know what Wemby's going to look like. He talked about adrenaline carrying him through that moment he was speaking, and we'll see what happens tomorrow night. But, you know, for people who went to bed last night, too bad, shame on you. Next time, get a nap, set a clock, get a, favorite pick-me-up, some Red Bull, whatever it is. If you want to watch greatness now, it comes in that package, Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, everyone in total amazement last night about what Wemby did out there on the floor. And you just mentioned Wemby was a massive factor on both ends of the floor. So take a listen to this, what OKC's Jaylen Williams had to say after the game.
How much does the specter of Wembanyama standing in there protecting the rim flash through your mind with every decision you make on what to do with the ball when you've got it?
A lot. He's like 8 feet.
Jaylen Williams, very candid there at the podium. He's like, look, this man's like 8 feet. You got to consider everything when you're getting to the hoop. Michael, what did you think about Jaylen Williams' comments right there?
He's seeing what we're seeing, except that we're not on the court. I mean, we're seeing it. We're in awe as just folk. Here's an all-NBA player who owns a championship ring. And he's looking at this going, what am I supposed to do with this dude? And that's really the reaction. And it's not about X's and O's. It's not about numbers. It's not about analytics. It's not even about positioning. This can't be choreographed. You're looking at a person who can go up and late in that game, I think it was the first overtime, he blocked the SGA jump shot on the baseline. So yes, every decision, every action, reaction that you make or that you consider has to then be trumped by, can I get past this dude?
Yeah.
And that's what people have said only about the greatest players of any height, because they were getting past him in different ways. But in this instance with Wembanyama, it's literal and figurative. How can I get what I want to do beyond him? He's an obstacle in every possession of this game at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, Wemby having everyone think twice about taking their shots. Michael Wilbon with us will also preview the East coming up in just
later. What we saw from Wemby was absolutely insane. I'm struggling to come up with any words for the 41 points, 24 rebounds, and 49 minutes.
The most he's ever played.
You stopping me? Go ahead, big dog.
I was watching the game with my wife and my kids, and I told my wife that we're sending our kids to those damn monks that we went to this summer. Because I need that mentality. I need that mentality right there. I need that mentality right there. I don't know what I just saw. I believe we call it greatness. But God bless America, what he just did on that stage. It's one thing to spoil an MVP moment for SGA being awarded his MVP, but it's another thing to walk into that arena, one of the loudest, most hostile environments, and have a legendary performance like he did today on both ends of the floor. And the one thing that stood out to me is how personal he took it, because the world knows the hatred that he has in his heart for Chet Holmgren. Wemby was a monster all across the board. I'm speechless. The number speaks for himself. And we just heard Stephon Castle say that he's the best player in the world. Guess what? He has no argument whatsoever from Kendrick Perkins. None. I have no argument for that.
You did get it wrong, though. You said, God bless the U.S. I think in this case, it's God bless France, actually. At least for Wemby. It was at one point a really rough night for SG. I mean, he did have the double overtimes to sort of like make up for it here. Checking his numbers, he did finish with 24 points, but in the first half, he was like 1 for 4 with 4 points. How did San Antonio make his life so miserable?
Because one, they have so many big wings and guards that defend at a high level and that are physical. And it starts with Stephon Castle. We know that the Spurs have the defensive player of the year, Victor Wembanyama, but let's not forget Stephon Castle is still an all-defensive caliber player. And when you think about the size of a Dylan Harper, a Vassell, these guys are 6'5", 6'6", Chapani. They are good at sliding their feet, taking the bump, the physicality, playing without fouling. I've never seen SGA look like this, even though he struggled. in the Lakers series to his standards, tonight was a prime example that he has his work cut out for him all series long. And when we talk about taking that leap in greatness, this is one of those moments with SGA, if he rises to the occasion, because it's going to be hard, then we'll see him and he'll show us that we believe, that we know that we are or should be believers of who we think he is. But this is going to be a brawl for it all. He's going to have to strap his boots up.
Yeah, no, you talk about like just the physical gifts of all them wings, but like the willingness